Well, hello, MoveEasy movers. Welcome to MoveEasy Yoga with Kathy. Today, the day we're recording is November 19th, but it's whatever day you're watching this video. We're going to start in the usual fashion with our legs on a chair for static rest, putting your lower back in traction. Now, while you're doing this, you want to make sure you breathe normally. You want to have your legs on the chair, but your hips maybe a few inches away, so your lower back is flat against the mat. This is a good opportunity to just bring yourself into the room, bring your awareness into your space, and get ready for the class. So I'm going to time it for 7 minutes. Running my handy dandy timer. And here we go. Okay, 7 minutes is up. Stay where you are and slowly move your head from right to left. Now, if you want, you can put the apex, the tip of your tongue, on the roof of your mouth, the seam between your teeth and your gums. But let's loosen up our necks a little and just move our head slowly. Okay, finish up. The next thing we're going to do is vagus nerve reset. We're all familiar with this. Your head is stationary, and all you're moving are your eyeballs. We're stimulating the vagus nerve that runs down the side of the skull. So move your eyeballs to the right. Excuse me. And wait for that swallow, sigh, gulp, or yawn. I just think about it and I yawn. And then once you've done that, keep your head still and move your eyeballs only to the left side and wait for that sigh, swallow, gulp, or yawn. So go ahead and do it 2 more times on each side without my cueing. I'll give you a few minutes. Okay, finish up. Always makes my eyes water. The breathing exercise we're going to do is square breathing. And I really like this because I find it very relaxing. I was having trouble sleeping the other night because I didn't feel well, and this helped me to relax. So basically, it's very easy. This is all at the count of 4. So you inhale, the count of 4. You hold for a count of 4. You exhale for a count of 4. And then you hold again for the count of 4. And then you repeat. So, excuse me. One last yawn from the vagus nerve. That's all that was. Okay. So inhale, 2, 3, 4. Hold, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 2, 3, 4. Hold, 2, 3, 4. Inhale, 2, 3, 4. Hold, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 2, 3, 4. Hold, 2, 3, 4. Now my pace may not be your pace, so I'm going to give you a minute to go ahead and do a couple on your own at your own pace. Now finish up. The next thing we're going to do is head ramping. Now, you can put anything you want behind your head. You can keep whatever you've got back there. That's fine. I'm trying something different. Actually, you can, what I've found is you can put your hands back there with no pillow. And for me, if my hands are just above the occipital ridge, then I find I can do this. So anyway, the idea is to press the occipital ridge, which is that bony part along your scalp line between your ears towards the floor. So your head does need to be elevated just a little bit. So this relieves tension in the neck from us looking down all the time at our phones, our iPads, our computers. So press, hold, and release. Again, press, hold, and release. And press, hold, and release. This may also, create some release, like the vagus nerve reset, which may or may not result in another yawn. Press, hold, and release. One more time. Press, hold, and release. Okay, good job. Now let's move away from our chair. We're going to do hypopressives or move the chair away, whichever works for you. But we're going to use it later, so don't move it too far. Okay, so we're going to start with the classic hypopressive. Well, classic, we're calling it the classic. So your feet are, your heels are on the ground. Your feet are flexed. Your knees are bent. Shoulders are relaxed against the mat. Arms come up in a round shape above your shoulders, like you're hugging a tree or a person. Then you flip your hands so they're facing up towards the ceiling. Your shoulders again are relaxed towards the floor. We're going to take 3 breaths. On the 3rd breath, exhale everything out of your lungs. And when you do this, you're contracting your organs. So you want to feel this in your abdomen. Just really contract it. We'll count to 15. And then we'll inhale and everything comes down. So here we go. Inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. Last one, inhale, exhale, all the way out, contract. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Inhale, arms come down, feet come down. Good job. Now extend your legs. Let me scoot up on my mat. There we go. And right ankle over left. Pardon me, I just got started. We have a lot of wind going outside and something blew over out there. Right ankle over left. And if your right ankle is over left, then your left hand is over your right hand. And both hands up above your head. And here we go. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Last one. Inhale. Exhale. Everything all the way out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Take a breath. Okay, good job. Now we need to do the other side. So left over right. Hands above. So if left leg is over right, then right hand is over left. Up above your head. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Last one. Inhale. Exhale all the way out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Inhale. Arms come down. Exhale, legs. Good job, guys. I like to do that at every class because it builds up our pelvic floor and it just helps me. I appreciate you doing it with me. So let's go ahead and come up to a sitting position. We're going to do our regular side bends and rotations. Can't forget our back. So let me get my timer. So side bend with lat stretch. Slide your arm along the mat. Other arm comes up and over. Make sure both your sits bones are still on the mat. So only go that far. Should feel a stretch down your side. Now lower your arm till it's parallel to the floor. That stretch should change to under your arm and down your back. So a different stretch. Still feels good. Here we go. Arm up, torso up. Other side. Left arm along the mat. Right arm up and over. You may find you can stretch more on one side than the other, and that's perfectly natural. My body's waking up at least. And now lower your arm till it's parallel to the floor. Feel that different stretch or not. It's just nice to move, not stay in the same position. There we go. Arm up, torso up. Okay. Now the spine rotation. Let's flip our legs. Spine rotation. Left hand on the right knee. Your right arm goes behind you, spider fingers for support. So rotate. Now you have options here. You can move your head back and forth. You can move your rib cage back and forth. Don't do them both at the same time. You can do one and then the other, or you can just enjoy the feeling of the stretch and know that you're strengthening your back, fighting against osteoporosis, osteopenia. Yes. And come on around. Let's do the other side. Right hand on left knee, left arm behind you with the spider fingers. This is for support. Rotate your spine. You've still got the options here. This side may feel different than the other side. That's okay. You may want to do different things on this side. That's okay too. This is a nice rotation. Here we go. Come on around. Good job. Now we're going to do, the next thing we're going to do is the flat back hip hinge. Now, if you have a problem with this, or issues with this, you can always adapt the move. Now, the move itself is flat back. You keep your back straight and you go down to one knee and then across and then back up, keeping your back straight. You don't hunch. If you have trouble doing this, you can just rotate slowly. You don't have to go down. You can just move around in a circle. And then you can move around in a circle slowly the other way. So we're going to do this about 5 or 6 times. So down to the right. And then straight across. You're looking down at the floor because your back is straight. To your left knee. And then up. And then again, keeping your back straight, your shoulders back. Down to your left knee. Straight across to your right knee, and then up. When you go down, just go down as far as you can. You don't have to go down all the way. Do it again. All the way down, well, as far as you can to your right knee, keeping your shoulders back. No hunching. And then straight across to the left knee, and then up. And back the other way, down to the left knee, straight across, and then up. One more time, well, a couple more times. Down to the knee, straight across, and then up. Your neck is in a head ramping position, so your chin is slightly tucked. So down, across, and up. Okay, one last time. Down, across, and up. And then down, across, and up. Okay, good job. All right. Now we're going to do get-ups today. We did these on Tuesday, and I really liked them. So this is where your chair comes in. So you might want to bring your chair back into the picture. I'm going to tell on my husband. The other day I was sitting at my desk and I had a computer issue. So he came over to help me out and he crouched down by my chair and we fixed it. And then he had a heck of a time trying to get himself back up. I had to literally help him. And I was like, I can show you ways that'll help you with that. No, that's okay. And I'm like, okay, that's going to inspire me to work on my get-ups because I don't want to have that kind of problem. So let me adjust this just a little. So last Tuesday, we were practicing with a chair. And we were going from, I'm not going to go all the way down. I'm just going to be sitting to kneeling, and then up. And then down. And back to sitting. I make it look easy, I know. But with practice, this becomes just second nature. So let's try it again. So we're sitting, the butt's on the floor, whether you're sitting cross-legged or not, doesn't matter. I'm in a Z. So we come up to kneeling. Now, both hands on the chair, and this is actually where some strength does come in. We need to push, and we're pushing with our feet as well. So notice my toes are curled, pushing up, almost into a downward dog on the chair, pushing our hips up, and then there we are. And it's the same in reverse. You go to the chair, come down with both knees. I'm feeling this in my shoulders. And then back to sitting. So it's something to practice. You can practice this while you're watching TV, maybe during the commercials. But it's a handy thing to have. And if you have issues with any part of this, like you can't lift with your arms or you have trouble with your knees, then you can work on that part of it to create the whole. So it's just a good thing to practice. And this is, I like this with the chair. Eventually you want to work towards having blocks on the ground, but I think working with the chair is much easier for at least at the beginning. So one more time. So kneeling, hands on the chair, coming up. Now coming down, hands on the chair. Notice I'm on my toes because I know I'm going to come forward with my knees. And here we are. And that will take some practice, I know. But it's a good thing to know. It's a good thing to practice. So go ahead and put it away for now. We're going to do our back bends at the wall. So I need to rearrange just a little. Okay, you get to see my lovely bookcase. Okay, so we are standing at the wall. We have our back to it. Standing in good posture, arms up, palms against the wall, elbows as close as we can to our head. This is a chest opener as well. Notice my hips are back. I'm not thrusting forward with them. We're going to hold this for 40 seconds. Okay, here we come. Good job. Now I need to rearrange for the next one. So now we're going to do spine rotation at the wall. So we'll start on the right side against the wall, right leg forward, left leg back, elbows at your waist, hands up. Then you rotate and put your palms on the wall. Your hips should be parallel, your shoulders as close to being even with the wall as possible. You're not going to do it all the way, but just as much as you can. If you feel a pull, stop there. We don't need to extend. We're just trying to rotate. We're holding this for 40 seconds. If I would set my timer, that would help. There we go. Maybe a little more than 40 seconds. But this is very good for the spine. Excuse me, it's a good, excuse me. It's a good bone building move. It's a good move to do anytime you have a minute. Might look funny if you did this in public, but who cares? It's very simple, but very effective. Okay, come on down. We're going to do the other side. So left side to the wall, left foot forward, right foot back. Again, with the elbows at the waist, palms up, and rotate towards the wall. Palms on the wall. And again, you may feel a different flexibility on this side than the other side. Both of our sides are not the same. And there we go. Good job. Now, while we're standing, we're going to do some arm circles. And I'm going to leave the computer here, although it's crooked. There we go. We're going to do some arm circles just because we're standing and we've got the room for it. So the arm circles are like when we're doing the regular sideline series. We're just going up and around and down. And just make sure you have enough room for that. It's nice to do it standing because then you don't have to worry about hitting anything. Hopefully you've got enough room. So this is excellent for the shoulders. We're going to keep our torso as still as possible. I've kind of lost count, but I think I'm close to 10. We'll do a couple more just because. Okay. Now I can feel it on my shoulder. Good job. Now the other side. Again, standing in good posture. And we are going to go the other direction on both sides. Yes. Eight, 9, 10. Okay, now the other direction. Nine, 10. Okay, and since we forgot, we, meaning I, forgot on this side to switch direction. Let's do 10 on this side, going forward, or the opposite of what you did before. Okay, there we go. All right, good job. Now we're going back to the mat. So I need a minute to plug back in. Bear with me. Okay. Now we're going to do some core work. I know how you love it. Core work is so important. It's kind of the backbone, pardon the pun, of all the other moves. Let me angle this just a little bit differently. So the first thing we're doing, and we have options here. So we're going to have our legs up at tabletop, and we're going to be alternating straightening them and putting them back. Now, the options you have are you can do the movement, of course, any way you see fit. You can do this. You can have them lower. You can just straighten them this way. You can just lift them. Whatever works for you. Another option, and only do this if you do not have neck issues, is to put your hands behind your head and raise your head and shoulders when you do this. It does make it more difficult. You don't have to. You can relax your head against the mat. And only do this if you do not have neck issues, shoulder issues, arm issues, anything in this area, because it does put a strain on it, but it also makes the move more effective. So we're just going to do it 10 times. Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. All right. Good job. Our part's over. The rest of them are pretty easy. Now, this next one is the bent leg raise, which was one of the options on the previous one. And you can never do enough of these. So your feet are flat, your legs are bent, they stay in that bent position, and you just raise them one at a time without changing the bend of your knee. So we'll do that 10 times on each side. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Believe it or not, that's core work. Okay, the next one is a rotation. And again, there's lots of options. So if you have issues with this rotation, I will show you options that are not as intense. But basically, you are crossing your leg. Actually, I should pull my knee back before I do that. And then going over. Now, in this case, I cross my left leg, so I'm lifting my left hip. Both my shoulders are still on the floor, and I am rotating to the right. Now, this is a rotation move. You may not be able to make it all the way to the floor. You may want to put a block under your foot or under your knee for some support, but I can feel it in my midriff right here. It's a waist whittler is what this is. So if you have trouble with that type of rotation, you can always just put your ankle on your knee and move back and forth. And that would be much easier. So, yeah, we're actually going to hold this. I wondered what I'd written down. We're going to hold this position for 30 seconds. And for those of you that are moving, just move back and forth for 30 seconds. Or 31 seconds, which is what I had my timer set at. That's weird. Okay. So rotate, shoulders on the floor, just as far as you can. Support under here if you need to. Okay, come on up slowly. And we'll do the other side. So again, you've got options. You can cross your legs at the knee, or you can just put your ankle on your knee and go back and forth slowly. This is also a very good move. So if you are rotating, you might want to think about having something on that side, a block or something to support you if you want that, if you don't want to be hanging out in space. So let me get my timer. And here we go, keeping both shoulders on the ground. And again, you might feel more flexibility on one side than the other, and that's okay. Your right hip, if you're going to the left, is going to rise. That's okay. You want to keep everything above the waist stationary. Below the waist, you're moving. There we go. Come on up. Okay, good job. Now, roll over, take your time. We're going to do our back extensions. Again, more bone building. So, excuse me. Personally, I need something under my forehead so I don't squash my nose. So you're lying prone, your hands are at your sides, and we're going to inhale and then exhale and come up with our head, our shoulders, and our palms. Our arms are going to raise, our palms are going to face the ceiling. We're going to hold this position and then come on down. And then the next time we come up, we're going to come up and do an airplane and hold that position and then come on down. Now, this can be hard on your back. If you feel it in your lower back, you want to lower yourself because you're putting too much pressure on there. If you only come up a little bit, there's nothing wrong with that. So let's go ahead and start. Go. Okay, so inhale, exhale, come up, palms against the ceiling. Your head is in a head ramping position, so you are facing the floor. You want to hold this pose. Come up a little higher if you can, but again, if you feel it in your lower back, you want to lower yourself and relieve that. We did lower back work at the beginning. We don't want to reverse that. And take an inhale and come on down. Now we're going to do this one more time because it really is a good exercise. Inhale to prepare, exhale, come on up. If you feel you have to come down, you can. It's perfectly fine. But then come right back up again if you can. You might want to come up a little further if you can without harming your back. Or maybe lower yourself to relieve your lower back. This is a 40-second hold. And I'm just gonna, I thought I had my timer, I didn't. So just inhale and come on down. Too many things for me to think about. Okay. So this time we're gonna do the airplane. Here we go. So inhale to prepare. Exhale, come up. Inhale to prepare. Exhale, arms out. And this is the position we hold. Again, you're looking at the floor. If you want, you can try to come up a little higher without harming yourself. Go ahead and take an inhale and come on down. Okay, good. Good job. Now we're going to do the thoracic spine rotation. So we are lying on the floor, our arms are in a T, both shoulders are on the floor. What we'll be doing is, if we look left, we'll be using our left leg. Everything from the waist up is stationary, both shoulders on the floor. Everything from the waist down can move. So the leg will come up and over. The hip can come up, that's fine. And we're going to do whatever we want with this leg. We can stretch and flex the foot. We can rotate the ankle. We can bend the knee. Wave it in the air like we just don't care. And then bring it back down. And then we will do the same on the other side. Look to the right. Bring your right leg up. Do the same thing. This is a 40-second movement. So let's go ahead and start our timer. So left leg up, both shoulders on the floor. Bring it over to the right if you can. If you can't, not a big deal. Just wave it around. Okay. Good job. Now the other side. Look to the right. Bring your right leg up. Keep both shoulders on that floor. You can draw circles. You can squeeze your toes and wiggle your toes. Okay. All right. Good job, guys. Go ahead and get into position for Yoga Nidra. Make sure you're warm enough or cool enough, as the case may be. You might want to put a cloth over your eyes. I'm going to guide you to systematically move your attention through internal points as I mention them. Allow your awareness to flow to these points without moving any part of your body. Begin with your breath. Breathe in, breathe out. Observe your abdomen as it rises and falls with the gentle flow of your breath. Now bring your awareness to the center of your eyebrows, center of your throat, right shoulder, elbow, wrist, right thumb, second finger, third finger, fourth finger, fifth finger, right wrist, elbow, shoulder, center of your throat, left shoulder, elbow, wrist, left thumb, second finger, third finger, fourth finger, fifth finger, left wrist, elbow, shoulder, center of your throat, spiritual heart center, right side of your chest, heart center, left side of your chest, heart center, navel center, center of your pelvis, right hip, knee, ankle, right big toe, second toe, third toe, fourth toe, fifth toe, right ankle, knee, hip, center of your pelvis, left hip, knee, ankle, left big toe, second toe, third toe, fourth toe, fifth toe, left ankle, knee, hip, center of your pelvis, navel center, heart center, center of your throat, center of your eyebrows. This concludes the 61-point guided meditation. If your legs are bent, straighten them out. Begin to wiggle and stretch. Stretch your arms above your head. Stretch your legs out. Wiggle your fingers, your toes. Rotate your wrists and your ankles. First one way, then the other. Stretch one side of your body and then the next. Feel some of that shoulder work. Now hold your right knee to your chest. I love it when Via says this, so I'm going to say this. I love you, knee. Go ahead and straighten that leg out and hold your left knee to your chest. Say, I love you, knee. I'm glad you work. Now straighten both legs out and bring both legs in and hug both knees to your chest. Rock back and forth. Feels good on your lower back. When you're ready, roll towards the camera, using your lower arm as a pillow. We're going to sit here for just a minute or so, maybe less than a minute, and just be grateful to yourself. Be grateful that you showed up today. Be grateful that you were able to move with me today. I know that I'm grateful that you came or that you're watching this video. And I'm grateful that you're doing this for you. You're also helping me. So I'm grateful for that. It's just nice to have an attitude of gratitude. I spent a lot of this time this week being sedentary because I was ill for a couple of days, and it feels good to move. So go ahead and lift yourself up when you're ready. You can unmute yourself. Put your view on gallery. Going to remove my spotlight. There it is. All right. And here we are, all together. Nice to see you all anyway. I didn't say this before class. Hands in prayer position. Let's push our hands together just for a minute. Feel that some of that shoulder work we did. and then relax. So again, I know I already said this, but I'm grateful that you were able to move with me today. It made me feel a lot better. My energy level was just in the ditch. So I am grateful to you for coming. And let's end the class by saying to each other, namaste.
Namaste.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you,
Kathy.
Kathy.